Welcome to part 4 of my tour of drinking in Warsaw. So today I'm going to take you around what I am classifying as novelty bars. So these are games bars, these are shop bars, they are places a bit off the beaten track. And I think you will find the level of creativity in these bars is quite outstanding. And I think you will find that Warsaw is a fun place to spend your evenings, and I hope this series of videos has really helped to highlight exactly what you can do, where you can go, and how you can have fun. So please enjoy the video. Welcome to another Brit in Poland production. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a like, I would really appreciate it. And if you're interested in learning more about Poland and seeing the sights, the history, the customs, what it's like to live here, then feel free to subscribe. And if you want to contribute to this channel, please feel free to contribute to my Patronite account. Information is in the comments. Otherwise, please enjoy the video. And feel free to check out my other media. You will find me pretty active on Instagram, to give you the best images of Poland as well as promote my videos. And Facebook, I try to make sure that there's a list of my videos up there, plus the odd random article I think might be useful. And Twitter, I don't use so much, but you never know. So feel free to add. So we are going to start today's video with one of my favourite places in Warsaw, Machina. Now, I first encountered this chain in Katowice, I believe that's where they're from, and they're dotted in a few cities around Poland, Poznan, Gdansk, Gdynia, places like that. And as you can guess, this has got a bit of a computer game theme, which is quite a novelty, I have to say. And as well as having lots of computer games to play, you can play Mario, you can play Worms, you can play Mario Kart, latest edition, all kinds of other things. You also have board games here. So they have a fairly large selection of board games to choose from. I'm sure they don't have a problem if you bring your own as well. And also they have a lot of kind of really cool things on display to keep you entertained. Maybe if you ask them very nicely, they'll let you wear the Infinity Glove, but Infinity Gauntlet, but we'll see. You also have a lot of cocktails here. I would say this place is kind of primarily a cocktail bar in terms of drinks. All of the cocktails are named after computer games, surprisingly enough. You also have shots, which you can buy, I think, in like singles or 5-packs, basically. And again, these are named kind of based on, anime and stuff like that. So it's, a nice, fun little twist. And they do some nice beers as well. So the next bar we go to is Paradox Cafe. Now, this one is another board game bar, and actually, it's a little bit more than that. So you can get your beers, you can get your cocktails here. But they also have a bit of a specialization, and that is Warhammer. So I used to collect these figures back in the day. I can't really afford to do it now. But you can play your games there, you can play board games there. And you've got lots of sort of Star Wars, Lord of the Rings decor. They also have a lot of books in the back room that you can read. I don't know if you can borrow these, probably not. But it's a wonderful place to just kind of escape and have a bit of surrealism. And it's full of interesting people. I have to admit, I enjoy this place when it's quiet. Next is Zagrywki. Now, Zagrywki is relatively new. I guess it's been around a couple of years now. And again, it has to fall into the novelty category because it is another bar that is very much based on games. Now, primarily, you will come here to play mini golf or crazy golf, however you want to call it. Very similar to the kind of junkyard golf places you have in the UK. They serve some interesting cocktails, which have sweets in. And it's a really fun place, actually. I came here with a group of friends just to play a bit of golf and to look around because I've been meaning to experience this place for ages, and everyone had fun. The golf courses themselves are very, very unique and quite challenging, but also insanely entertaining. So we had a lot of fun there. And you can drink while you're playing. You have bars next to the course, as well as like in the main arena, shall we say. But golf isn't the only game that they offer in this place, and that's something else that makes it a bit of a novelty. So the golf itself is like on the lower level. I would advise booking before you go. It's only about 24 zloty per person, which in this day and age isn't really too much. And you have like 10 holes, and if you win, if you get a hole in one, you basically win the prize. At the end, you get a free drink, which is nice. None of my team succeeded in that one. But as I was saying, there are other games available to play here. So you have, for example, shuffleboard. Again, another activity that generally you need to kind of book in advance. You have karaoke. So if you want to sing your hearts out with your friends, you have some rooms upstairs. You also have beer pong. Again, something you should book. Maybe cost a little bit more because you're paying for the beer as well. And you can see it's in these cages here. You have pong, the good old classic game. You have pinball. But and table football or foosball or however you call it. But a note about some of the attractions like pinball and stuff like that is basically 5 zloty a game. You have to buy these special tokens, which is a little bit steep. But for sure, you'll have a fun evening in this place. Next up is Hula Kula. Now, we're going across the river for this one. And this place, primarily you would go there for bowling, I guess. That's what we went to for a work party once. But you also have billards there, or a pool. You have a kind of arcade where you can play various arcade machines. You can play pinball again. And it's just a fun place, really. Like, it's quite popular for company events, birthdays, that kind of thing. And you can win prizes. You know, you get the tickets from the games and that. You can trade them in like you would any classic arcade. It's maybe not the cheapest place, I'll be completely honest, but it's got character and it's got, a nice sense of fun to it. So I would say it's worth checking out if you're looking for a fun evening with your friends. Not really a place to go drinking on your own. Now, next is a bit of an odd place called La Boheme. Now, most people in Warsaw probably haven't heard of this bar. They generally serve wine, and they only take cash. But it is a very, very quirky and unique place. Unfortunately, I shot this at night, so perhaps you don't get the best imagery. But the place is very eccentric. You can say the owners there will always greet you when you come in. They tend to do a lot of kind of live music events there. And you will notice that the walls are all decked out in artwork. Now, all of this artwork is basically created by the owner's wife. It's all for sale as well, so if you spot anything, it's worth popping in. And as I say, I've always been here for live music, and I think that's really the main thing that kind of goes on here, I would say. So here's Magda and Artur.
keeping thoughts to myself.
Going back to games very quickly. So everyone likes a game of pool, right? Well, most people like a game of pool. There is this place called Arena. It's a bit hard to find because it's not really properly on Google Maps, but you can search the website. And in Poland, they call pool or snooker or billards, basically. So here you can book a table for, I think it's like an hour at a time. And, you know, get some cheap drinks in the bargain. So it's a nice little place. Of course, there are lots of places like this in Warsaw, but this is just an example. So do look out. I always have a fun night when I come here, and it's probably the main one I go to. Pijania Wiśnia it's basically shots of cherry vodka. So shot bars I included here because they're novelty in a way, and this place is pretty cool. You get cherry vodka served hot or cold. You can buy some to take away with you because they sell bottles of that here. And it's a bit of a Polish staple, so, you know, definitely one that's a popular place, but also good for tourists to just get that little eccentric taste of Polish life. And the next place we're going to is another shot bar, Piania Wódki I Piwa. And this place has a whole variety of different shots, food which is based on very kind of classic Polish snacks, like szmonets, herring, and all kinds of lovely things I'm sure you'll find. It's a good place to start the evening, as we often do. The shots can be anything really, but you have all kinds of things like Tabasco added into them, so it's definitely one to check out, I would say. Now, the last part of the video is not very specific, but there is a region, let's call it, called Pavaloni. And this is kind of found near the kind of bottom of Nowy Świat, well, the bottom of the Royal Route. And it is an entire district full of different bars you can go to. It's one of these places that people best describe as unplanned, as in when you are going on a night out, you can quite randomly end up here. People say, oh, shall we just go to Pavaloni? Each bar is slightly different. I'm not going to go into the details of all the different places. I will leave that for you to discover on your own. But generally, you know, the bars themselves are quite small, but there are a lot of them. It's the sort of place that in the evenings gets quite rowdy, gets quite fun. And it certainly has a lot of character. So it's certainly a good destination for the locals. And if you're a tourist, you should check it out just to experience the area, I am saying. Definitely have had many nights here, and it's always, as I say, unplanned, you know, and we never have a specific bar that we go to. We just find the best place. But thank you for watching. Technically, I guess there will be one more in this series that might not come for a while, about the Hala drinking you have in Warsaw. But thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please give me a like, and if you want to see more in the future, please subscribe. Do zobaczenia.